Hi, my name is Renee Jacobson and I am from the United States, and this is my video for World Benzo Awareness Day. In 2004, after suffering years of insomnia, my primary care physician referred me to a doctor who, after a perfunctory 15-minute consultation, wrote me a 75-day prescription for Klonopin, a powerful anti-anxiety medication. At the time, I was not informed about any negative side effects associated with benzodiazepines, and when I questioned the doctor about the safety of the drug, I was reassured that Klonopin would be that I would be taking a low dose of a tried and true medication, which he referred to as harmless. As a person who's never really taken more than aspirin, I didn't particularly like the idea of taking any drugs, but I was willing to give it a try. Ever the compliant patient, I always took my medication at bedtime and never more than was prescribed. Initially, the Klonopin helped me sleep, but over time I started to suspect that I started to feel generally unwell, and I started to suspect that many of my problems could be attributed to the prescription medication I was taking. Over the 7 years that I was prescribed Klonopin, never at any time did any doctor suggest that I should discontinue using Klonopin or suggest to me that it's a medication recommended for short-term use only, since chemical dependency has been known to occur in under a month of daily use. Beginning in October of 2012, under the guidance of a new doctor, I slowly tapered off the Klonopin over a 9-month period. I took my last bit on August 1st, 2013, and I thought to myself, I've finally done it. I'm off this evil medication. But 10 days later, on what started out as a perfect August morning, I sat in my friend's backyard, completely freaking out. I was jittery, my heart pounded, my teeth chattered, and my body buzzed. The world didn't seem real. I felt like I was watching a movie, like I was looking down at my body and down at the world. Always a healthy, active person, my body had become completely reliant on the Klonopin to function. And suddenly I felt like a snail whose shell had been ripped off. Everything was too bright, too noisy. If people touched me, their hands were too rough. My spine burned. My gums receded, my muscles wasted away, everything I put in my mouth had a weird taste, and over time I developed a fear of food. As a result, I lost a lot of weight and became dehydrated. In addition, I developed memory problems, cognitive issues, emotional issues, and digestion problems, none of which were present before taking the medication. Always a social person, comfortable speaking and dancing and generally goofing around in front of large groups of people. Suddenly, I was certain everyone wanted to harm me, and I became unable to leave my house. I was completely agoraphobic, and I isolated myself for months. Not long ago, I had the opportunity to speak with the doctor who originally prescribed the Klonopin to me. He told me that he'd been taught in medical school that benzodiazepines were helpful with insomnia and a host of other complaints, and he tearfully apologized to me and said he had no idea that the medications that he had prescribed could cause so much harm. As a result of the trauma caused from this iatrogenic injury, I've lost my career, my home, my husband, and many of the people I thought were my friends. Before taking Klonopin, I was a teacher and a writer. And while I can no longer handle the stress of a noisy classroom and my brain's been damaged in terms of my executive planning function, these days I'm doing whatever it takes to educate the public, and doctors especially, about the dangers of prescribing benzodiazepines long term. People in the know say that coming off of benzodiazepines is worse than coming off heroin, and I believe them. I don't want anyone else to have to suffer like I have. I know that all psychiatric medications are dangerous, and patients need to be fully informed of the risks involved before agreeing to take drugs which impact brain chemistry. Thank you for your time.